Okay, good afternoon and good evening, everyone, from wherever you are listening from. Yes, I'm back. Okay, so it's please pardon that few minutes of lateness. It's a little technical issue here that we were trying to resolve, and now we are here and back. Okay, good. How many of us are excited to be here tonight? Come on, let me see at the comment section. I like this energy that I'm seeing already. Like, I like this already. Good evening, Haruma Umukuro. Good evening, Pleasant Ofotube. Good evening, ladies in Tech Africa. Good evening, and trust we are all having a great day. Good evening. Yes, we're excited. Come on. Let me see that sign. I like that. Fabi Peter. I like that. Come on. I like that energy. Yes. All right, Fumbi Ayedokun. Thanks, Mr. T. My LMS restored. Glory. Thank you. That's amazing. That's fantastic. That's a good one. All right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we'll be starting very shortly, and then just before we start, I'd like to quickly remind us of the upcoming section that we'll be having this Saturday, and it's very important that we don't miss that section. That section is very, 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 very important. Please, I like to say that please do not miss that section for anything. Don't miss that section for anything. You won't regret your attendance. Yes, I can tell you because whatever we are learning in this class, you are going to do yourself some more good to harness all your learning and then to hear how you can put yourself in the front of your employers now in the industry, and then from the perspective of the industry, you want to see or you want to hear how you can position yourself. So please, all right, Falan and Doka said, please help us reopen all the assignment. Okay, so drilling with great discipline. All right. How many of us had a great downpour of rain in our area today? How many of us had that? Just like as it was in my area. Seriously, I'm not happy at all. I'm seeing my other texts having an assignment, but me, I don't have any. I don't understand. You don't have any assignment. Like, what does that mean? Bro, please open the portal for 24 hours to submit. Okay. I received a mail that to that effect. I like the way the incubator up follows students. Yeah. Okay. My sound is very low. Okay, just a moment. Let me. So I hope my sound is better now. Lekki was very heavy. All right. Okay. Wow. I hope my sound is better now. Very serious in some places. Weather for two, sir. Okay. Weather for two for me and my PC. That is the weather. All right. Some of us are juggling things together to survive. All right. It rained cat and dog. Oh wow. Increase the sound. I have done that already. So I hope you can now hear me clearly. It's better now. All right, great. You want to do your Excel text. The map is still not coming up, and I have done everything you asked us to do. All right. Philomena Nig. Stop saying you are not happy. Tell us the issue you are having so that we know how to help you. You keep saying you are not happy. How do we help your situation when you are not happy? Tell us what exactly the issue is, and then we'll know what to do. All right, that is how we can help you, not just raising negative comment at the comment section. Tell us exactly what the issue is. Have you seen? Are you onboarded on the LMS? Are you not on the LMS? How can we help you? That's what we are asking, please. So please be happy and let us know what the issue is. Let the assignment portal be reopened. Okay. I downloaded different disaster, but know the exact one that was meant to be used. Okay. Okay, so the map later came up, I guess, on network issues. I told you that if you do not have a very good network, you might not be able to do that. You wish to write the LMS test. Okay, the text. Okay. My data showed 996 million at the top. Okay. Can you now see you don't have any canvas and elements? So why are you now? What? So that means you are not even part of the of us. Yeah, Philomena. Because I don't understand. And you are raising a false aggression on the page. You don't even have that. You are not properly onboarded, and you are raising a false accusation here. So you send us an email or go to the Telegram group. Send a message on the Telegram group to the admin. If your record is found, it will be rectified. Have you sent message on the Telegram? At least I've seen one or two persons that said that the elements have been resolved. So it should not be that should not be an issue. All right. So that should not be an issue at all. So have you been registered before now? If you have been registered before now, fine. If you have not registered before now, let us know. So that you saying that you are complaining about not seeing the elements. It's not a function of not seeing the elements. It's a question of have you registered before? Because everyone who registered got the invitation. So if you say you are not getting the invitation, it's either you have not registered or you did not respond to the email that was sent to you. So send the message on the Telegram and let the admin pick it up from there. All right. I hope that's it. So let's go to today's class so that we don't use all of our time to resolve issues. You register. Okay, you know what you will do now? Just like what I told somebody here, send a message on the Telegram. Are you on the Telegram group? I think I just need to hear from you and then I will resolve so that I can move on to the class. I'm waiting for your response now. Have you registered on the are you on the Telegram group? If you're on the Telegram group, send a message to the admin that okay, good. Send the message to the admin and then tell the admin to resolve the issue of your LMS. Send the admin your name, your full name, your email address, and then your course. Your name, your email address, and then your course, and then it will be resolved. All right, let's go quickly to today's class so that we don't spend the whole of today. For everyone saying that let the LMS be reopened, okay. That's what I will say for now. Okay, all right? Okay. So let's continue from where we stopped the last class. Now, where did we stop? Let me see at the comment section. Can anybody remind me where we stopped at the last class? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, great. Yes. Can anybody remind me where we stopped at the last class? This is funny. You know why I'm laughing? Someone just play. Can I quickly allow him or her? I believe it's her. Update our Power BI. We won't wait for you. Just update it and meet us along the way. Since Friday, your laptop has kept shutting down. Yeah, so sorry about that. All right, total employee cards. Okay. Okay. So I will personally go and check your message after this moment. You said you have messaged the admin. So I'll personally go and check after this section. All right. I'll personally, and then I want to believe my TA also taking note of that so that we can resolve the issue with this person immediately. Um, Let me confirm your name again so that I can take note of the name now. All right. So I can assure you that after this moment, we will resolve it. Okay, yes, I see that. So everybody, thank you for people who are visualization on the what HR data. We've been able to do at least 3 visuals. That is to check the total number of employee, the total number of attrition count, and then the total number of employee. I mean, current employee. That's what is supposed to be on that thought. Now, let me ask a question very quickly before we continue. What is the difference between measures and calculated column? Anybody? What is the difference between measures and calculated column? Ayonike Okereke. I didn't see the other part of your message, so can you please reiterate it? Let me look at what issue I can. Yes, we use calculated columns to create measures. Okay, there's a difference between the two. Measure shows the data but not on the table. Calculated column shows on the data. That is a DD Young. DD Young, absolutely correct. Measure is like an invisible table. Tony, that's fine too. Measure is for summary. Okay. Measure is hidden within the table. Okay. Measure has a calculator sign in front of it. I like that. Yes. Thank you. That's fantastic. I like that. Emeka Christiana. That's good. All right. So I see that quite a number of us have this understanding. So you know what I want to do now? I want to quickly do something on our previous data to show you one more feature, and then we'll continue on this map. So I'm going to just minimize on this visual. You remember there's a data we actually had with what's it called now? That has a region, market, sales category, and all of that. Did you remember? Did you remember that table? The pivot data now. You know, the pivot data that we used for these particular visuals. Which of the, yes, this. I think it was all of, yes, these particular visuals. Do you remember this table, right? Yes, there's something I need to quickly show us. Let me use that. Yes, let me use, because I see that some of us are asking for the difference between the measures and calculated columns. So I will use that to illustrate, and then I will now give us, or we will now work it on the project we are currently working on. All right. So let's say for instance, on this table, if I come back to my table view and then I show my table here. So to come and show my table, let's say for instance, I want to see the total sum for the revenue here. My laptop keeps shutting down when coming up. I was told to get a new battery when I did, but the problem is not resolved. That most likely be, I don't know, technical issues. That's technical issues. All right. So I think you might need to visit an engineer to know what exactly the issue is, right? So I don't think your Power BI is what is shutting down your laptop. Can you try and plug it on while the battery is not put into heat, and then if it keeps shutting down, it might be probably a virus infection or something. So you might need to check that. Okay. All right. Then if it could be your, no, that's your RAM size or processor speed might not, if it's shutting down, something else might be the issue. If it is RAM size or processor speed, it will only be slow or might not be responding so far. But now that it's not even coming up at all, or it's coming up and shutting down, that the RAM can be faulty. Actually, it could be a faulty RAM anyways. So that could be. So you might need to visit what's it called now? An engineer to resolve that. Now, let's quickly do this and then we'll continue on the project we are working on. Look at this, for instance. If I need us to do the total revenue on this table, now I want to calculate the total revenue. Can somebody tell me what are we going to use to get this total revenue? Is it going to be a measure or is it going to be a calculated column? Anybody? Is it going to be a measure or a calculated column? We want to get the total revenue for all items sold in this. Oh, great. Yes, I can see my friends now. I can see Sotonke Prince Will. Those are people that are always responding in class. I know when I see some of them now, I see, okay, I see quite a number of people already. The thing is running so fast, so I might not be able to pick or call your names. Fantastic. Everybody apparently put, oh, Oluwatoyin said calculated columns. Okay, calculated. If you are saying calculated column, what did you mean by calculated column? For those of you that say calculated column, you actually wrong. So if you are doing a calculated column, what it means is you are adding values to each of these column. But for us to get the sum of all these value, we do not need to add value to all these columns. So what we need is a measure. All right. So how can we achieve that? So we can quickly do that, right? by creating a new measure. And I told us how we can create a new measure is by coming to this place. Let's do that very shortly. I just need to show us the difference between the two. We are going to create a measure, and then we are going to be creating a calculated column in this same table. Then we can now continue on our report. So if you click on this or the data, you click new measure, it pops up for you that what do you want to, or how do you want to create your new measure. Did you see this now? So this new measure, what we want it to be is what? We want to say total revenue, right? Total revenue. So if I put total revenue will now be equal to what? Sum, right? That's the function. You remember your sum function, right? Because we want to get the sum of all revenue. So equals what? You remember in Excel, how you had to call the sum function, right? I'm working with, for those that are still asking that which data are we working with, I am working currently with the pivot data table that we did the other time, that we use region, market, and all of that. We need to quickly do one or two things instead before we continue our visualizations with the report we were building. I hope that makes sense now. All right. So sum, which is the function for me to calculate, right? Then what do I want to calculate? You can just type revenue, and then you see that table pop up. That is data revenue. Does that make sense? And then you click on it, and then you close your bracket. All right. So immediately you close your bracket, just press enter, and let's see what happens. So look at this place now. If you look at this place, you will see that a particular value has been created for us here, which shows what? And it's showing a calculator sign, which means what? It was a measure that we have just created, right? Now look at this measure. Should in case, if you see my table here, you see that nothing has changed on my table. Apparently, nothing has changed on my table. So that means it is not a calculated column. It is not a calculated column. Okay, somebody said I should come again. Let me delete this very quickly and then take it again. But please pay attention now, because I will only do it one more time and then you can pay attention. All right, that has been deleted. So you come to under your table, which is data here in this case, then new measure, click on your new measure. All right. And when you click on your new measure, it pops up at your formula bar here. Your formula bar to tell you that what name do you want to give to the new measure you are creating. And I said we should give it what? Total revenue. Okay, is that okay? So what is the function you want to call to get your total revenue, which is what? Sum. If I want to say I want to get the average revenue, I can also do that to get what? Average revenue by saying what? Average. Did you see now? Average, right? So, but then what I need for now is, okay, let's just do average for now, because we have done some before. For those of you that have done some, not to bother yourself, it's not a problem, right? So let's do average. So average of what? Revenue. So average of data revenue, then you close your bracket and then you press enter. Does that make sense? Now let's see what happens here. Did you see that now? Oh, but what I put here is total revenue, right? So I can also rename this here to say what? Average revenue. Okay. Average revenue. All right. Does that make sense now? So I've renamed it as average revenue. All right. So now, if I go back to my dashboard, my report, you remember this, what we have here is total, right? I'm not sure we were able to calculate any. Okay, let me convert this particular report here to average revenue, and then I will see, so that, okay, let me first call out that value. So I'll bring out my card function. Can you see now that I can now call out my average revenue now? So I'll just go to my table, look for what? Average revenue, click and drop it here. Did you see that? So this is telling me that what? The average revenue here is what? 2.37 million. And if you want to see the exact value, you know what to do, right? You come to this, your category, more function, under your category, call out value, fonts. under your display unit, you change it to what? To none, and then you will have the exact value. Now, does this value correspond with our average value here? Let's check whether there is a way we can see that as well. All right. Let's see, let's see. So here we have sum of revenue, and then instead of this sum of revenue, let's take it to average and let's see. Now, did you see what we have here now? Can anybody see the values we have here? Look at the value we have here now, and look at the value we have here now. You see that they are the same. Okay, great. See that they are the same now. So that is to show us that we can actually still use measure to what? To calculate whatever function. How many people are still following me in this class? If you are following me in this class, let me see at the comment section. All right, interesting. I like that. I like that. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right, good, fantastic. I like that you guys are following. All right, so that is what for measures. So let's now do something around calculated column as well, so that we can also see what we can pull out with that. Now, let me go back to my table. Now, see my table here. I want to add a calculated column here. And what do we want to check in our calculated column? We want to say that what is the total, what can we call it now? Can we say turnover? Can we just say arbitrarily now? I'm just using an arbitrary word. Let's say turnover. And our turnover is revenue times the unit sold. Now, let me ask again. Our revenue times the unit sold, are we going to have a single value, which is a measure, or the each of the column will populate because we have values on each of the rows? What is going to be our answer now? If we need to calculate the turnover for each of the regions. Can anybody help me? Yes, what are we going to have here? Each column, thank you, Winifred Obi. Each column will populate. Amazing. Thank you, guys. Yes, Adiola Koka, I see that. Yes, Mantos Grace. Yes, I see that you guys are really, really following. That's interesting. All right. So now each column has to be populated. I like the way you say it has to be populated. Great. Yes. Um, so let's go ahead and just do that. So how do we achieve that? So how we can do that is by what? You when you come here, you click on what? Oh, we want to add what? New column, right? So if you want to add new column, you click on new column. Now we have clicked on new column. The new column is here now. What do we want to have as new column? What do we want to have as new column? Don't forget our new column here in this case is a what? Is a calculated column. So what we call is a total turnover. Total turnover. All right. Total turnover equals what? Equals the revenue. That is data revenue, right? Times, are we together now? Times what? Units sold. Data units sold. Is that okay? Then I click what? On enter. Now you watch what happens here. Did you see what happens here now? Did you see that all each column here, each row rather, has been populated with values here? Now, if you notice that your values are not separated with commas, so how do we do it? We need to go back and do the same way we will just apply here. Click on your comma here, and then you will see that effect immediately. Does that make sense now? Now, did you know the difference between the two now? Yes, so that is what we need to. I just quickly need to show us that so that we can understand what that looks like. Does that make sense now? All right. So let's go back to. So in case you need to also populate that, you can still bring it out here as value. Now go back to this our visuals now. Let's go back to these our visuals and then let's continue what we were doing before. I just quickly need to create that clearly. If you did not get it, just pay attention. I will still do it again. Aisha, just pay attention. I will still do it again, particularly with this particular data we are working with. All right. I won't be too fast, okay? Kiatsi, I won't be too fast. Okay. So now I'm very sure everybody remember how we got to this point, right? And then we want to continue with our visualization. So what is the next thing we want to do? We have been able to see from our data. Now, you see that for the data we have transited now we are back in now with our HR data. Before somebody start asking again that which data are we using now, we are back with our HR data. We are working currently with our HR data now. Now we have been able to see the total number of employees of that organization, right? Here we have also been able to see the total number of what attrition count. Also here we have been able to see the total number of current employee, right? Now, what else can we also see here? Now, we've been able to show that out of 1,470, 237 people has left the organization, leaving the organization with what? 1,233. Now, okay, is it possible to update a data after loading it in Power BI? I did not calculate my sale category low, medium, high under pivot data set, and I now using it as part of our. Oh, I'm so sorry. You will need to go and re-upload because your data source, once you load your data to your model, it is independent of your source already. So that means if you add anything to that data, you will need to re-upload it. Alternatively, if you are using a Google link, if you are using a Google link now as your data source, if you update the Google link, that will work if it is a Google link. And maybe after this break, I will share, I will do something with us very quickly for those that will be on class or will be in class in real time. I will quickly do ask us a few questions through a form and I will ask us to fill it and then we will use that data in real time to upload our data. We will use that data in real time to upload our data. All right. So maybe during the break, I will quickly create that form and then I will show us how that works. Many 11. Where exactly are you not clear? Where exactly are you not clear? Light Jackson, where do you want the recap from? Right, I'm waiting for you guys before I proceed. Oh, Doxa Nurse, I think I finally see you here now. Thank you for that amazing idea. Now, Taiwo, did you see what Dozanos just told you? So she said you can use conditional column to fill it just like Excel. So what you just need to do is an arbitrary table, right? You can just specify to say that if a value is so within this range, put it low. If a value is so within range, put it as mid. And if a value is doing this thing, put it as this thing. Okay, good. I think that will work very well if you understand what she just mentioned. What she just mentioned is a very interesting one. Those are notes. Thank you once again. I like that. So yes, those are notes is what you are using here. I think I can trace that name to a name on Is it LinkedIn now that will always update us weekly on report? Okay, so let's move on. How did I multiply? So how I multiply is, what is your multiplication sign? Your multiplication sign is times, right? That is your asterisk. All right. So when you say create a conditional column, you just create that conditional column and then don't worry, you will still see us use it. Do you understand? You still see us use it. So I am getting 0 in my total number of employees. What did I do wrong, please? Total number of employees. Did you pick the calculated columns? Does that mean I should quickly take that calculated columns again? Okay, because of popular demand. So people said they did not get this part, right? So let me remove it. Let me delete it from the model. Because of our time is what I'm trying to hasten up actually. So I've removed it from the model. Okay. And then let me create it again. And so once you are here, you just say what? New column, right? All you just need to do is what? Insert a new column. Now, the new column is being inserted. Are you paying attention now? The new column is being inserted. Now, under the new column, what do you want the column name to be? So I want the column name to be total turnover, right? Total turnover. So which is total turnover equals to what? My revenue times unit sold. So just type your revenue and then you will see it pop up. Just click on it and then you put your multiplication sign, which is now in this case is what? Star, right? Star. So once you have put it, then space it, and then the next one is what? Unit sold. Then you type your unit sold as well. Type your unit sold as well. And then once you type your unit sold, that's fine. Then click your enter and you immediately see your new column populated. That is just simple, right? So the next thing you just need to do is to check your command separator here so that it is fully what? Formatted. I hope that makes sense now. All right. So if you can't find unit sold, so that means something is wrong with your table. If you cannot find your unit sold, so that means something is wrong with your table. So please check that table again and confirm it. All right. So let's go back to this particular table. Now, this is our HR data. Now, I asked a question the last time. Now we have gotten our attrition count. How can we get the percentage of attrition? Can anybody help me? What do you think would be the percentage of attrition in this regard? Yes, anybody? Which is the attrition rate now? Okay, great. Thank you, Melanie. Many rather. So what would be our attrition rate? Anybody? What will be our attrition rate, please? Thank you, Okafor Ikechukwu. But then all I need you to say is the attrition count divided by the current employee, and of course, we'll now take it to Tosin Ojo is taking it to the total employee. Is it total employee or current employee? Okay, Winifred saying attrition count divided by the number of employees. Okay. By the number of employees. All right, thank you guys. So it will definitely be by the total number of employees because we are checking it with the attrition rate. So from the number of people who left the organization to the entire number of people in the organization. So now, let me now ask, for us to get this kind of value, is it going to be a measure or a calculated column? Anybody? Oluwaseun Ayebo, you already gave us the answer, 16%. Okay. I want to believe, did you have it on your report already, or you just calculated it outside of the class? Oluwaseun. Tosin just said measurement. I never said measurement. I didn't say measurement too. So is it going to be measure or calculated colon? Measure. All right. So guys, how do we achieve that? Can everybody just go ahead and don't and just create that measure now? So let me tell you what to do. So what you need to do, so what you need to do is create a calculate your measure now, and then call it what? Attrition rate. And then once you have called it your attrition rate, come and put it side by side with this. If you are done, just type I have done it. So I'm doing my own just as you guys are doing your own. All right. So I want to create a new measure. So by now, I expect that I will just ask us to do some things and then we know what to do already. So that's the way the teaching is. At least from now, I believe the few things that probably will not understand, I will just show us. So this is called what? Attrition rate, right? And our attrition rate here will be what? Will be attrition count, right? Sum of what? Sum of attrition count, all right? You close that bracket, right? Divided by what? Sum of what? Total employee. That's employee count, if I'm right. Employee count. Some employee count. All right. So I close my bracket. Then I press what? Enter. Now let's see on my, do I have attrition rate here? Yes, I have a value here already. All right. So if I have a value here already, check your format. Your format ordinarily is supposed to be a particular value, right? So let's first check. Let's now go back to our visualization pane. SCH Akpan, you got your 16%. Did you do it on your, did you have your visuals at 16%, or you just calculated it off the table? So let me bring out my card again. Or since I have this as card, right? I believe this is card. Yes, so this is a card. So I don't need to even, all I just need to do is what? Control C and V, so that I can carry the, right? Then come here, remove the value here, add my value, which is now what? The value I want to bring now is what? Attrition rate. So now, did you see what I have now? Did you see what I have now? So I have my attrition rate as what? As 0.16. So if I have 0.16, what exactly do I want to see? I said the rate, which is to be converted to percentage. All right. So how do I convert this to percentage? Now, for those of you that you are calculating it with 100, you are timesing it with 100%. You are only stressing yourself. What you just need to do is a soft work here. Go back to your table, click on your attrition rate, and then you see your formula bar here. So just come here, change it to what? Percentage. Change it to percentage, and then under your percentage, if you go back to your value here, you see 16.12, which is your what? Attrition rate. which is your what? Attrition rate. Now, do you want to leave it at two decimal places? Yes. If not, you can still go back to your table, come back to it. This is your formula bar. You see your 2 here, change it to what? 0. All right? And then go back to your table and preview it. Did you see that now? Nina Asonye, I guess you are having network issues. So maybe you might need to reconnect because people can hear me clearly. Asonye, please. Your village people, oh yeah, so sorry about that. Leave your village people and face what is happening here because so much value is going on as we speak. Damilola Odu Eso is something you can actually do without having someone to write for you. Do you understand what we are doing here? What we are doing is you want to create a measure to calculate the sum of your attrition count divided by the sum of the employee count, and that is all you need in your measure. So you don't need anybody to write that formula for you. It's something you can actually do on your own. So just go to under your HR table, create the new measure. It will ask you for the formula, then rename it as what? Attrition rate, and then put that formula there, and then you are good to go. So you don't really need anybody to type that for you. Something you can do. I need one or two persons who have been able to see this 16% calculated on their table. If you can't still have a clearer view of my screen, I think you need to check your resolution because I have zoomed in and what I'm seeing here. Sometimes I go back to even check the video and I see that, thank you, D. Diong. You have been able to calculate it, right? Thank you, fantastic. Good, good. I like that. Those are nerves. Done, good, fantastic. Tan Toluwa, amazing. There's this my friend I've not seen on this call tonight. Samakulo. Is she on this call tonight? Sir, my attrition count doesn't have summation sign at the front. What should you do? All right, interesting. So that means go back to that attrition count, click on it, and then your table 2 will appear at the top and change your data type. This is what issue you are having. Your attrition count is not showing the summation sign. It's because this your attrition count is in text. So come here and change your format to whole number, and that will solve your problem. Medina, correct. I like that. FEO2, I need you to resolve that. If you're having issues uploading your pivot table, Chuku Favor, please check that and let me know at the comment section if you're able to resolve it. Yes, is your data type? No, our data type is obviously not correct. Kadri, thank you. Our data type is not correct, and that is why she's having that issue. All right. Okay. Just a moment. I think I have a light issues, and then let me just minimize my screen. Okay. Oh, Samluko, yes. I'm just here seeing your chat. Oh, you've been here. So sorry about that. Network issues. All right. Okay, what if we convert the attrition count to percentage? Will we get the same 16%? My system is also, I can't practice, that's why I'm asking. What if you, so that means if you times it by 100, all right? If you times it by 100, it will give you 16, but not 16%, all right? It will give you 16, but not 16%. So, and if you need to see that percentage sign in front of it, if you add that percentage sign again, so it will give you 160 because it will multiply it by another 100. I don't know if that makes sense. So what we want to see is the percentage sign. Does that make sense now? We want to see that percentage sign. Okay, so any other question? My attrition count is not coming up to add to the bracket. It's bringing me the end of the input was not reached. My attrition count is not coming up. So, for you to get your attrition count, if you remember, what we did was a conditional column, right? Which is to say that if attrition equals yes, 1, else 0. So when you are doing that, did you change your data type for that your 1 and 0 to be number? Please check it again. Please check that your data type is correct, and then you are able to complete that. Does that make sense now? Okay. Thank you. So please, if you are still having network resolution issue, change your resolution and then you will be fine. I can't find display unit under the call out value. So all you need to do is roll up all those buttons you see there. Just roll it off first and then start opening it one after the other. Then you will get it as is that. Did you understand what I just said? All the roll up values that you have under your edit format now, one after the other, just make sure you what? Make sure you roll it back, and then you will get that what you are looking for. Which of the formats, Temitope, am I supposed to take again? Which of the formats? Temitope, which of the formats should I take again now? All right. So now, so here we have, I have my 16% already, which I will just need to what? Edit the title as what? As attrition rate, right? Attrition rate. All right. Does that make sense now? So that's our what? Attrition rate. Okay. So if we are done with that, what other visualizations can we see? I think we have done well to explore a bit of what? Of CAD visualizations, right? We have done a bit of us exploring CAD visualization. Okay, maybe we should do one more. And I will ask you guys to do it, and then somebody will tell me the answer at the comment section. Somebody will tell me the answer at the comment section. Now, on our table, we have the age of each employee. The age of each employee. Can I get, or can somebody tell me the average age of the current employee? Or even the total employee? No, let's not do for the current employee now. The average age of the total employee. The average age of the total employee. So how do I get cube shape of your visual? Mine is in square, not looking good. I need to look exactly like yours. You might need to check the last class video. It looks like you were not there. All right, so that we don't take too much of our time to go back to the previous class, right? So just leave it in the square shape that you have currently. All right, just leave it, and then you might need to just check back again because of our time. This is almost it, and then we'll soon go on break. So but then what you need to do is this: under your round corners, yes, exactly, you need to just go under your, let me quickly show you then, text, call out value. Under your divider, which one is this? Let's use this. Under your size and styles, size and styles, you see visual border. Under your visual border here, you will need to what? Pick rounded corners under your visual border, rounded corners, and then you'll be able to do that. Call out age and change to AVG. Okay. Average age is total age divided by number of current employee. Okay. Okay, what will be our average age? Yes. What will be our average age? Olubukola Dolapo, the difference between measured value and calculated values. I think you need to watch this again and then you will get the exact answer to your question. Sokonte, Prince Will, how did you arrive at your answer? How did you arrive at your answer? Can you tell us what you did, Prince Will? And let me also ask that, did you have the value on your table, just like we have all these visuals? Did you have it already? Measure, great. 37, those are knocks. Okay. How did you also arrive at your answer? All right. Mantos, Grace, 37. Okay. 36.9. If you are getting either 36.9 or 37, you guys are still on the same point, right? It's just a measure, it's just a function of saying, I want it to be in one decimal place or I want it to be what? All right. So those are not said. Average age equals to 37 using the HR data age column. Thank you. We will need to calculate it to have on our table. All right. 36.92. Good. So I need you guys, for those of you that you have gotten 37, I need you guys to tell me, was it measure you use or how did you arrive at your answer? Just tell me in one word. Was it measure you use or you just calculated it from the table? You just use your card visual to get it. Oluwatosin Sonyaolu, 37%. How? I didn't even ask for the percentage here. I only asked for the average age. The average age doesn't have to be in percentage measure. Okay. So if you are still asking again, Teresa, about the difference between measured and calculated value, please read again. Or you need to rewatch this video or the last class video so that you can get it. Okay. Oluwada Rekorede used card visual. Interesting. So now let's see. On our data here, look at our data now. Do we have a column that shows age? Please pay attention, guys. This is the column that shows age, right? This is a column that shows all the age. So is it possible for us, or how do we do this? All you just need to do is just like I've showed us the other time, is to just what, create a measure to just say what, average of what, the age, and then you will get your value on the what, and then you will now bring it out. That is very simple, I believe so, right? So all you just need to do is come here, new measure, right? And then what will be your new measure value here? You say what, average age. Average age, right? So your average age will now be what? AV, average of what? Of the age, right? Of the age, and then you close your bracket and then you press enter. So let's look at it here. Average age. Did you see the function here? So what value is it? Is it in auto? Is it in general? So let's go back to our visual and let's go call it out. So what are we calling out here now? Average age, right? Then what you see is what? 36.92. So, but since we are saying average age, can anybody be 36.92 of age? No. So what it means is that it has to be in what? In whole number. So come back to your data view, change this back to what? To whole number. Change it back to whole number and then leave it at 0 decimal places and then go back to your view. Then you see it as what? 37. Did you get that? Does that make sense now? So rename this what? Rename this as what? Average age. It's break time already. So let me quickly rename this and then we'll go for our break. When we come back from our break, we will continue. So here what we have is what? Average age. So you see that we have been able to use both measures and card to we have been able to use card to bring out different values, right? Does that make sense, everyone? Let me know at the comment section if that makes sense and if you enjoyed what you have been doing so far. Makes sense. All right, thank you guys. So when we come back from the break, we will be able to continue, and then at that time we'll be able to explore different other visuals, and then we'll now do more of some sort of maybe calculated columns since we have done some bit of conditional column, as the case may be. We will see. All right. Yeah. See you when we come back from the break. Back, welcome back. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell people around you in case they are still on break. Tell them we are back in the class. So let's continue. All right. Are we back now? All right, great. We're back. Good. So now, Uloma Oye Uno, if you are live, maybe you should check your sound because I am speaking. So if you are live, maybe you should. I mean, if your streaming is live, you should be able to hear me clearly. So now we have been able to fix at least a few questions from that data, right? So let's continue by checking a few more things that Eddie, you never left. All right, good. A few more things that we can see. Now, one of the things we can let me also show us pick your text box, right? On my text box here, let's do something. Let's put HR. Let's put something like incubator or incubator of data analysis tracker. HR data analysis tracker. So here you can pick your text box, right? Are we together? You can bold this text. You can change the font, just like we have been using. I think I like Georgia. Make it bold, centralize it. You can increase the size. This is too big. Okay, or let's do something like this. Okay, so I carry this. You can move it. You can move the text and bring it here. All right. Are you seeing what I'm doing? So this is me trying to edit, right? So what other thing can I do here? For this particular guy here, I can also do some checking my, let me see the color, all right? Just a moment. Quite of technical issues I'm trying to resolve here. God, please, when what? When what? Um, okay. Just pay attention. Just pay attention here. They just sees lights in my area, so my display screen just okay. It's coming up again now. Okay. So just a moment now. Yes, it's back now. So color for my background is black. I want to make it a little. Then the visual border, turn it on. I want to change the color to black, and then right. So my visual border, I want it round. Okay. So I'm going to change the size of this again. Okay. I hope you guys are following me. Incubator of HR data analysis tracker. Please, at the table view, I'm getting 37 as the average age, but no, but on the report view, it's giving me 54K. What could be the problem? On the report view, what are you using to call your report? What are you using to call your report? You should check what you are using to call your report. All right. So now this is okay. Can I say I'm okay with what I have here? Yes, let me just leave it at this for now. Now, let me look for what else I can bring on to this. I'm just trying to be creative now. Can I have access to maybe insert? It's so sad that I don't have a laptop anymore. I'm using my daughter's laptop and she's gone to school today. Yeah, so sorry, Blessed David. So, Jackson, your attrition rate is telling you the sum function cannot work with values of this type string. So that means you have typed a wrong function. You have typed a wrong function. Please get the function you are typing right correctly and then do it again and then you will. It should be correct. Now, I want to insert. Let's see what I can insert here. Let's say, for instance, I want to insert the incubator logo. You come to your insert and then you come to your insert here. If probably you want a button or something to show arrow, maybe whatever you want it to do, like maybe an reset, whatever, or shape. If it's a shape you want to insert now, just like what I have here, if you need a shape or image. So let me try something. I want to try something. Okay. Did you see what I did now? Brought in incubator logo. So brought in incubator logo, and then are we getting something here now? Is it making sense at all? Are we following as well? So now those are a little just you can twist it to just to satisfy your own desire, right? What else can we see? Can anybody tell me what else we can check from that particular visual? Thank you guys. You guys are following. Okay, let's look at it this way. Or let's check the department by attrition. The department by attrition. And now this time around, let's use a pie chart. Let's use a pie chart. Now let's go back to home, right? A pie chart, or let's say a donut chart. A donut chart. All right. Let's have a donut chart. And then what do we want to see here? The department by what? Attrition. So our value here will be what? Can anybody tell me what our value will be? What would our value be? Anybody? How can you get Incubator Hub logo so that you can use it on yours as well? Use any logo for now. You cannot get Incubator logo immediately. So use any logo for now. I use the Incubator logo because I have it readily available. So just put any picture. Attrition, thank you for Lashadi Ajayi. That is what my attrition count. So my value is my attrition count. And then we now want to see what? The department. So which is put on my legend now. Department. Now, if I ask you now, what department has the highest number of attrition? Anybody? What department has the highest number of attrition? What department has the highest number of attrition? Thank you, Elizabeth Tantolua. R&D, rat. And she's even say rat. So I mean, I'm sure you mean R&D. Banjoko, how did you arrive at sales? How did you arrive at sales, Banjoko? So maybe you mean to say R&D. Owolabi Yemisi, I am not performing any magic here. So if you have been following this class from or since inception, you will know that it's step-by-step approach. Okay, good. Good, Bamjoko. So if you were not in the previous class, it will be difficult for you to understand what we are doing at all. So don't assume. So if you are not in the other class. So alternatively, can we change this to probably another visual? Let's say instead of having, we can also have a normal pie chart. And this, our donut chart as well, we can make it look like in different ways, right? We can make it look in different ways. So let's go to our format visual. So title here is saying what? Detail labels. Do we want all of this? Legend and all of that. Here, let's go to more options. Go to your more options, and then you see your more options here. Now, under our more options, if you notice the color is already contrasting. So we need to set the color back, right? So how do we achieve that? Let's come back here first to change some of attrition count. So what we need to adjust is what? Attrition count by department, right? And then we can now change the font, say Constania, or what have we been using? Make it bold, centralize it. Okay. Text color has been black, or better still, let me just do something I've been doing. Bring my format visual, format painter, drop it on this, and let's see what I have. You see what I have now? So what I just need to change is my what? Oluwaseun Ayebo, must you do the class project exactly like yours, sir? I am already through with mine and finished with the portfolio building. Interesting on GitHub. So just hold on to it, and then in case you need to do one or two corrections based on what we are learning in class, fine, fantastic. And then you can share when the deadline is put to hit. So just make sure. So let me say this. Thank you for saying that the deadline you will have to the submission of the assignment will not be as long again, because we expect that while you are doing this side by side, you are also working on your project, and then you are documenting it on your GitHub. It is very, very, very important. It is very, very, so that you might not have just one, you might not even have 1 week again to put up all your projects together and submit it, because we expect that you are taking a step-by-step approach. If you are still living or waiting to the end of this class, I mean Power BI, before you start your project, I can assure you, you will not meet the deadline for submission. Does that make sense? I can assure you, you will not meet the deadline for submission. All right. So let me change my values, my slices. Now I have these three colors. Am I okay with these three colors, or do I want to change my colors? All right. So, all right. Did you see that? Spacing. Your spacing inner radius, you can reduce it. My legend, where do you want your legend to be? Top center, top right, center left. Did you see that? So anywhere you want it to be, center right. Okay. Then for my legend, the test for my legend, which is department, right? Am I satisfied with the color that I have there? Can I change it to black or white? And then let me change the font as well. Now for my slices as well, what other thing can I do? Now see my label content. My label content, I want my label content to be properly what? Labeled as well. So what do I want to see? I want to see category and data value. Category and data value. Did you see that now? Which is more better now? Some of us that is just see all this for the first time. How will you say you are just seeing all this for the first time? Oludu Phoebe, you will meet up if only you can, of course, commit yourself to it. Oluwaseun Ayebo should share a GitHub link so that you can mirror our project, right? Some of us are going to work. Please help us. Help us with what? Please, sir, are we not carrying some of us that did not have an idea before along? You do not have any idea before. So what exactly are you doing in this class? If you do not have any idea and then you are still in this class, I don't know why you are here, because if you do, if it is too late for you to be in this class if you don't have any idea. All right, so I hope you guys are paying attention and don't get distracted with anything that has to do with project. I hope you guys are paying attention. Okay, so that's that about this. So what other thing can we do here? Uh, I feel I should change this to black. Yes. So that is that about what attrition count by department. Now, can we also use another visual to see this attrition count? Yes. Can we change the visuals and say let's instead of the donut chart, let us use maybe a column chart and let's see how it looks like. Did you see that now? Did you see that now? That is what using another chart, and then we have been able to see, and then we can have, or alternatively we can have something like this. So either ways, whichever one you want to have works to get your what attrition count. All right, is that okay? So what else can we see from this chart now? The color chart is preferable, right? Okay, Martha Samaluku is more clear now. He said, those are notes, it will shock you when you hear submit next week. Okay. Oh. So now, so this is gradually we are building our dashboard, right? What other thing can we do with this? What other thing can we do? So let me teach us another one, which is what? Making use of a filter. Now, how can we use filter? For instance, now, if you come back and check, I know some of these things. I will leave us to also, after now, of course, you can check through the data and see so many other things you can do with it. It's the data is always with you, so you can do whatever you want to do with it. Now, if you check the field, the what's it called now? Okay, okay. I think I'd rather just put this educational field where I put the other image for this one. Let me just replace it with educational field. So this is the education field. And then all we need to do is to edit what we have here. So you need to explore all the options that you have here, right? I'm just trying to maintain a monochrome color, if you observe. I wouldn't be able to use that because it's conflicting. I'm already introducing some new colors now. Did you see that now? My visual returned to right side after changing to the top. What can I do to make it permanent at the top? What do you mean by which of your visuals? Is it one of your visuals or all your visuals? So if it is just one of your visuals, so you might need to check the position of your legend. Or do you understand? You might need to check the position of your legend. Is that okay? So this is attrition count by what? By education field. Attrition count. So let's change this title. Let's change this title. Attrition count by what? So I expect that even this you are currently working on, even this report you are building is one of what you will put on your portfolio, because by the time you finish building this dashboard, you are able to also put it and show it that this is what you have been able to come up with yourself in the class while you are learning. I hope that makes sense. All right. So this is attrition count by what? By educational field. So you can still change some other things here. Look at this attrition count value, the educational field, the way the fonts are. Can we still change them? Yes, we can. For X axis, look at the font here. Come back to Constantia. All right, and leave it at that. So for the title, you see that? So just do it to suit yourself. You don't have to replicate everything I am doing verbatim, right? Just do it to make sure it looks good. So for my y-axis, let's go back to X. I need to change that title of X also to yeah. So this is fine now. All right. Now let me show you something. And okay, I think I won't show you. I will give you as an assignment. All right. I will give us an assignment, and that is where we'll start from next week. But before we, of course, we still have a few things to still do now. Okay, what else can we see? Can anybody still tell us what we can from that particular visual? Is there any preferable color to use while visualizing? Maybe for your write-up, I mean the wordings. Just do what looks fine. Attrition by age and monthly income. Interesting. Somebody say another assignment again. I love assignment so much, right? This particular assignment, you are not submitting it. Do please, we do have a lot on our plate. Oh, really? Maybe I don't know. Leave us to work on our project, okay? The color of the chart. Which of the chart are you talking to? If you mean the color of the chart, which of the chart? I like that. Those are us. You are see. Thank you. I should give us correct. That's what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Who tell you those are us does not work? All right. So let's continue. So I saw somebody ask a question that can we also visualize one thing? What's that again? Age group by attrition. Yes, the attrition count by age and their monthly income. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Now, but before we do that, can we check something? This department, this educational field rather, can we place it on a filter such that anytime we click on any of this, look at this now. If I click on life sciences now, did you notice what happened? Did you see what happened now? It affects all my entire visuals because all the visuals are linked together, such that what it means is this: for all the educational field, life sciences has a total number of how many employees? How many employees are in life sciences? I need answer at the comment section. Yes, Mantos Grace. Attrition count by gender. I'm coming for you. But answer my question first. 606. Thank you. Did you understand now? So out of that 606, how many of them have left the organization? $89. Did you understand? This is how to break down your what? Your analysis. Right? So you can click out on it and then you are back again. There's something I remember the other time. Okay, now there's something I remember I didn't put here is my data label. Always endeavor to put your data label because you cannot easily put values to this now. We cannot easily put values. So let me go back to my data label. Let me look for data label where it might be hiding. So that we can. Okay, yes, I found it. See my data label. Turn it on. Did you see that now? Did you see that now? So I've turned on my data label and now everything is up. Is that okay? I hope that is okay now. Are we together? Now, I want us to use filter. And just the way we have been able to do this, we want to see how filter works. Let me go to my visuals now and look for what? Filter. Which is what I call so I need to click out, select another, which is now what? My filter, right? So what do I want to put on my filter field? I want to see the what? The educational field. Now, listen, guys, listen. Listen, why am I doing this is because I want to explore different types of visuals that we have and how you can apply them when you are working on your project. All right. So, like this, for instance, now for this filter, now you can come to your slicer here, which is a slicer settings. How under the options, how do you want your slicer to be? Do you want it as a vertical list, or you want it as a tile, or you want it as a what? As a drop down. So either ways, so I'll prefer as a tile. So if I have it as a tile, I can carry my image. I can even expand it like this. Look at what I have here. All right. Do I still have anybody following me in this class? Yes, exactly. Is actually slicer, not just like, it's actually slicer. All right, it's actually slicer. So what it means is this: just when you click on any part of the slicer, it pick how it relates to the entire data. Did you see that? So human resources has a total number of 27. Out of that 27, 7 of them have left, the 20 is remaining, and then the attrition rate there is 26%, and then the average rate remains what? And then did you see that now? So it has filtered it down to all our visuals. To all our visuals. Okay, so that is how what filter works. Okay, so what other thing can we see? So somebody said the other time that we should check the attrition by age, right? Attrition by age. So what image can we, or what? Okay, let's use a normal this. No, I just made a mistake, right? Okay, no. So attrition by age, I mean by gender. That was what the person said. Attrition by gender. All right. So attrition by gender. Let me call out my value. My value is what? Attrition, right? Which is attrition rate. Attrition count, I mean. Attrition count. And then what? Legend is what? Gender. Now look at this. This is what we have now. Yes, slicer and filter is the same for that place for Azizat. Slicer, yes, slicer is the same for filter. So once you call out your filter, you actually you are using your slicer. It shows that male have what? A higher. So how do you know if you want to confirm? Just click on the one that is higher here, which is what? Is saying that male has what? 882 total number of employees, and out of that 882, 150. Now, let me tell you something. If you are documenting this project, you can tell us by saying that we noticed that 17% of male have left the organization. And why do you think they have left? If you look at their, out of that 17%, if you look at the department they are, which department has the highest of that 17%? It is TR&D, which means research and development has a higher number of people who have left. And why do you think they have left? Will it be because they have they have gone in pursuit of academics or something, or whatever? We'll still see another visual shortly. So let's format this. Is this getting interesting, anybody? How do I undo that? So just come to your quick access toolbar here. Your quick access toolbar here. You will see undo there. Talk for yourself, Yakini Kendi. I don't think you should talk for anybody. Just talk for yourself. Or they are not well paid. Thank you. You're already getting that. Okay. Adekemi did not understand the slicer. Okay, just a moment. I just need to format this visual and then we'll continue. So while you are thinking, how can you enlarge my page like your own? I mean, like my own. Some other persons are saying they cannot even see it. So that means you can see my page very big, right? So all you just need to do is just to press. See, look at this lower part of your screen. Did you see this resolution? You can increase this side. You can add some volume to it, or you can press Ctrl Plus on your visuals. It will increase the size of your visuals. So for the person that said it, she did not understand this slicer or this what this slicer does. Now, if you need to, probably out of all the visuals that you have, out of all the visuals, so you want to narrow it down specifically to a particular group. Say for instance, now we want to see from this department slicer that shows how it affects to the entire, what's it called now, entire employee and employee, what's it called now, attrition and all of that. That is what slicer does. What do you prefer using monochrome? Why do I prefer using monochrome colors? Well, maybe because if you look at Incubator logo is monochrome. I say maybe. I'm not saying that is the reason. I'm saying maybe. But then I have other designs that is not monochrome anyways. I have other design. I have other reports template that I've generated. So you have to tailor that specifically to what organization you are working. For instance, now, if you are doing a report for maybe an organization like MTN, I don't think you want to use something like this. You must make your Power BI is interesting. I used 3 days to watch the previous videos on Power BI. Thank you for the teaching, sir. Thank you. I like that. I used 3 days to watch the previous videos on Power BI, and it is interesting. Amazing. Good stuff. All right. So now we are almost getting to the end of tonight's class. But I said the other time that I want to give us an assignment. The assignment is not for you to submit on the LMS. The assignment is for you to practice. All right? It's for you to practice. So I need you to show me by the aid of visuals. I need you to show me by the aid of visuals. So if you need to take it down, please take it down. You can use any color, yes, like I mentioned. I want to see the number of current employee by their age group and gender. The number of current employee by their age group and gender. Number of current employee by their what? Age group and gender. Does that make sense? So that is what I need you to at least try. Honestly, that is why I'm giving you the assignment. So apart from the assignment I give you, I'm giving you now, I need you guys to also come up with different visuals. Come up with different visuals. There are still a few visuals I would still love to show us, of course, based on my own experience, such that those are some of the things you will still need probably some DAX functions to do before you now call out those visuals. Say for instance now, this number of employees by their age group and gender. I want to see, I expect that the age group will be arranged in ascending order. What do I mean by in ascending order? For instance, let me show us, let me give you a hint and then we'll close it at that. Let me show you a hint. I just created a new line visual. Okay, we'll do something about that at the next class. Don't worry, we'll do something around that at the next class. All these are our trends, line, and all of that. So this is what I ask us to do. All right, current employee. Um, age group, age group, age group, age group. What am I looking for? CF age band, okay. All right. So my Y will now be what? Current employee. All right. So this is it. So I said by what? By gender. So you come to the legend and then you add what? Gender. But there's one more thing I will not do for you here. Did you notice this now? Did you see that? This is what? By gender. Now, what I need you to go and do to resolve is this. If you look at this, you see that this one is 35 to 44, 25 to 34, 45 to 54, under 25 and over 25, over 55. I need you to rearrange this from the lowest to the highest. From the lowest to the highest. So that is what I need to go and crack. So, and I hope we'll be able to do that. How many of us enjoyed what tonight's section looked like? Does it make sense at all? So for people asking about some other visuals, I trust you can also check some of them. When we come on Thursday, we'll see more visuals, and hopefully by Friday. I was not able to do what the Google link again because I needed us to reach a particular level here. So let's say by tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be able to do so much more with something like that, or by Friday, and then we shall do something around it. Thank you. Very insightful. I really enjoyed it. Good. So I'm sure you guys will be proud of what you have learned already, and then you can still make a big post around it. See, this is what you have been able to learn. And see you guys on Thursday. Have a great evening. Have a great night. Have a great afternoon. Have a great day, and have a great time. Okay, this is my best class so far. No network issues from the beginning to the end. Thank you. Please, I need assistant. I just got my laptop. Hey, congratulations. 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 I've installed Power BI, everything about SQL I'm watching. So just go and take the video one after the other, and then you'll be fine. A big shout out to litter organizers. Can you say that one more time? And please go ahead and say that on our social media platform, on Telegram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on what have you, Instagram. And please do not forget our section coming up this Saturday, and you don't want to miss it. Thank you, Fumbi Ayodokun. I'm just seeing you today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, for that person I asked to send the DM on Telegram concerning your LMS, please send a message or a DM to the admin on Telegram, and then I will check it up after this moment so that we can rectify what issue you're having. Thank you, everyone, and have a great time. Best training up. You can say that again. Please make sure you say that on any social media platform that this is the best training hub you have ever encountered. A big shout out to Lita Oyenishi. Thank you. You guys don't want me to leave the class again. How much did I buy my laptop? Are you joking? Do you want to buy one for me? Baby Aremu. Do you want to buy one for me? How much did I buy my own laptop? You need one. Okay. I'll tell you. If I tell you, just enter my DM. I will tell you so that you can buy one for me. It really makes sense. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night rest.